All right, so if you go to page 202, all right, example 7, we're going to look at the horizontal and vertical stretch and shrink. All right, if the g of x is equal to the f of 2x. Okay, but before we start that, let's go to, you see that parent function, that figure 1.56. All right, our points, I'm going to put parents right here, are -4, 0. We have -2, 4. We have 0, 0. We have 2, -2. And we have 4, 0. Very good there. And then it tells you right here, I want the new function after we apply this rule right here. The 2x inside of the parentheses. Does anybody know what that means? Well, you could go to that chart on the 203. What does that mean? It's a what? The horizontal shrink or compression, they call it, if you might hear that, of 1/2. How do I get 1/2? I get the reciprocal of 2. Okay, that number in front of the x. All right, Jonathan, can we have the computer away, please? No, no computer right now. So which means what? That I am going to multiply each, if it's horizontal, which coordinate am I multiplying? X value by 1/2. In other words, I'm dividing it by 2. Okay, multiplying by 1/2 and dividing it by 2 are the same thing. So now this becomes what? What's -4, 0 become?
-2.
-2, comma 0, right? -2, 4 becomes what? -1, 4, right? 0, 0 just stays at 0, 0. 2, -2 becomes what? 1, -2. And then 4, 0 becomes what? 2, comma 0. That makes sense? So whenever you see the 2x inside of the parentheses, all right, it's a horizontal shrink or compression of 1/2, which means that you multiply each x value by 1/2. All right? What if I did the g of x equals the f of 1/2x? This is what? A horizontal stretch. Right? By what? 2, which means what? I'm going to multiply each x value by 2. You good? So if I do that, my parent function again is 4, comma 0, right? -2, 4,
-2.
0, 0, 2, -2, and 4, 0. Thank you. So this becomes what?
So it's -4.
-4, 0. Thank you. So -8, 0, right? -4, 4. 0, 0. 2, -4. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Like 4, -2. And 8, 0. Yeah. It's just doing too much. It's recording and it's, so hope it's recording. Or else we can just see Dahlia just in the pencil.
What? I didn't even know you were recording.
I know, I'm sorry. You know how the camera, okay, I should maybe look. Um, sorry. The top of my head. Okay, dining. Here we go. All right. The next one would be the g of x. Let's say it equals the 2 of f of x, right? Notice that the 2 is outside of the function, which means what? This is a vertical stretch. Now, how do we know it's a vertical stretch or shrink? Remember that number, right, has to be bigger than 1, right? This 2. So it's a vertical stretch by 2, which means what? Y values are what? Multiplied by what? 2. So if it's outside of the function, it's outside the parentheses, you're just taking it as, everything as is. All right, so if we have 4, 0, negative 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, negative 2, and 4, 0, right? We're just multiplying all the y values by 2. So it'll be 4, 0, negative 2, what? 8, 0, comma 0, 2, negative 4, and 4 is 0. So we just multiplied each y value by 2. Are we cool? I hope this makes sense. Okay. Last but not least, let's say we have the g of x equals, oh yes, 1/2 of the f of x. I get it. I taught this twice already, and I'm trying to remember what I taught earlier. And I'm like, what? Uh-oh. Hey, Lori. Uh-huh. Yes. Sounds good. Sounds good. Uh-huh. Bye. Haley, you got the call. All right. Watch this video. All right. So now what happens here? We have 4, 0, negative 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, negative 2, and 4, 0. What happens here? So now this is a vertical, what? This is shrink, right? Or compression by 1/2. Okay. So again, if the 1/2 was inside the parentheses, then you would flip it over, right? But because the 1/2 is outside, all right, you just leave it as is, all right, and then go from there. All right. Yes. You're right. Thank you. I keep forgetting that. Did I do it? I forgot it here too. Wow. Yes, thank you so much. All right. So now and then you have to multiply the y values. Yes, y values by 1/2. So it's what? Negative 4, 0, negative 2, 2, 0, 0.
Sorry, I just have a quick question.
Yes.
Can you do leadership again?
Yes.
Okay, we just need to make sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
2, negative 1, and 4, 0. Are we cool? All right. So hopefully that kind of explains a lot of these functions here. All right, now let's go to, let's say if we had a parent function of, let's say, y is equal to x squared. Let me write all this out. If I have y is equal to 2x squared, if y is equal to 1/2 x squared, y is equal to 2x and then squared, y is equal to 1/2 x and then squared. So now notice now I'm actually putting a function, right? Like you know how we learned all those functions, the quadratic, the linear, the square root. Now this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is the first one is the parent. How would you describe the second one? With the 2 in front, it would be what? Not the it would be the vertical stretch by 2. What about the 1/2? Vertical shrink by 1/2. What about this one right here? The 2x squared, it'd be what? Good job. Horizontal shrink by 1/2. And this would be the what? Horizontal. Nice. Stretch by 2. You guys getting this a little bit? So the goal now is you guys see an equation. You're able to kind of read the equation, kind of sift through it and go, oh, okay, okay, there's a shift here. The 2 does something, the 1 does something, so on and so forth. Here's another one. Let me give you the equation and see what you guys could kind of come up with. Here we go. Y is equal to 2 absolute value of x minus 4 plus 3. All right. Give me the parent function. Give me the vertical or horizontal stretch or shrink. Give me the shift right or left. And give me the shift up and down. Why don't you guys try that right now? That didn't go. We've been here all week. All right. Be random with this, so you guys could all be on this video forever. All right. Grace, what's our parent function? Beautiful. Yes, y is equal to the absolute value of x. Ryan, what's our vertical or horizontal stretcher strength? What is it? Good job. I should use a different. Vertical stretch by 2. Nice. What's our shift left and right? Tatum. Right 4. Up or down? Anybody? Up. 3. Good job. Cool. Any question on that? Not too bad, right? Let's do another one. Let's do y is equal to. Now it's going to be a little bit trickier just because anything dealing with the horizontal portion sucks. 2x minus 6 plus 3. Try this one. I'm going to put a negative in front too. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Look at the page 203. It'll kind of answer it for you. Oh. You guys going anywhere this weekend? It's like a 3-day weekend, or a random 3-day weekend? Any trips planned? No? Not going anywhere? Where are you? Oh, no. Hey, where are you going? Oh, wow. Nice. Miss Lamb, where are you going?
Oh, I'm going to say one thing.
Ooh. You have relatives in Santa Monica? You have relatives in Santa Monica?
I used to live there. So we're gonna go get like lunch and.
So nice. Santa Monica is the best. Weather. Weather's been nice here this year though. All right.
What are you doing, Mr. Chair?
I have a volleyball tournament tomorrow. Then Sunday's just chill. None of the church thing. And then Monday, I think we're going to Universal. But oh, I'm doing my will and my will and trust. I'm gonna who could resuscitate, who's gonna make decisions for me when I die? You know,
I got it.
do I give it to one now? Louis,
I got you.
yeah, I have to do that. That's kind of depressing. So it's like you like not resuscitate and stuff like that. You gotta do that. All right, here we go. Parents is what? Square roots. Okay, or you can play radical either way. All right. What is our vertical or horizontal stretch or shrink? Good job. Horizontal shrink by 1/2, right? Because the 2 is inside of the radical. Okay, yes. Of course. We are doing something important, but you know, math is pretty cool. No, it's fine. Yeah. All right. What is our shift? Right or left? All right, this one's a little tricky. This is where the tricky part comes. All right, this is actually, so you should look at this as y is equal to negative square root, and you're going to factor out the 2. It becomes -3 plus 3. So our shift is actually right 3. Yeah. So whenever you have a horizontal stretch or shrink, make sure you factor out the leading coefficient. Okay, the GCF. So that's gonna be really tricky. Okay. All right. And then what? You shift up or down? Yep, up 3. And then this has a reflection over the x-axis. Very cool. Louis. Yes. So we're gonna talk about that, the order. The order is if you go to page 204. Really good question, Pia. How you're thinking about it. You see the order of transformations on the top of 204. It says 1, horizontal shifting, 2, stretching and shrinking, 3, reflections, and then 4, vertical shifting. Okay, so that's the order that you need to go through. All right, when you have multiple translations or multiple transformations. We good? Okay, so yeah, go to page 204. Make sure you guys get that because that's going to be a huge. So you see all these little things about this that, again, this is algebra 2. They kind of build up there. There's a lot of annoying little things that you can go wrong. So,
Why don't you do some motion of six
what do you mean?
on, on to avoid the shift, change, reflect, shift?
I mean, if you want to do that, yeah, but just make sure you go in order.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it matters and sometimes it doesn't, so. Okay. Here we go. Let's do one more of these. Y is equal to negative x minus 5 cubed plus 2. Okay. Here, fill out the same thing. Parents, vertical, verbs, vertical, horizontal, stretch. Shift, left, right, shift, up, down, and reflection. All right, what's our parent? Cubic. Y is equal to x to the third power. Is there a horizontal vertical stretch or shrink? None. Good. There's no like 1/2 or 2 or whatever. Okay. There's no 1/3. What about this? What about the shift left or right? It has to be left. What? All right. Because remember the leading coefficient is negative, so it's negative x plus 5, right? You have to factor out the negative right there. Can you see that? All right. So again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger here. Okay. So please, it's frustrating. I know these little things pop up, but make sure you have to always factor out the leading coefficient if it's not 1. Okay. All right. So it is shift left by 5, up or down, up 2, and reflection over the, I think it's Y. I can't remember this for the life of me. Yeah. Reflect over Y. So if it's inside the parentheses, pretty much you're reflecting over the Y. If it's outside of the f of x, you're reflecting over the x. All right. All right. Can you guys go to, I was going to do group work, but I think I'm going to forego that a little bit. I want you guys to go to page 206.
Oh,
Our parent for numbers, you know how we did the first part of, we did 1 through 8. Okay. We could do numbers, what do you call it? 9 through 16, but I just want to focus on 15 and 16. All right. So our parent is negative 2, 2, 0, 2, and 2, 2. And number 15 is asking you to transform. You want the new function to equal the negative f of 1 over 2 x plus, I'm just writing the problem, my sister. All right. All right. So number 15, what we're trying to do is we're trying to go negative and the f of 1/2 x plus 1. Can you guys transform these 3 points with these commands here? Hell nah. Hell nah. All right.
okay, so
All right, and then so here we go. So number 1 is we're trying to look for we're doing it in order, right? Horizontal shifts. Are there any horizontal shifts? No, right? There's nothing, there's no plus or minus inside the negative parentheses. Number two, stretching or shrinking. What's it doing? It's a horizontal stretch by what? By 2, which means what? I am going to multiply each what? X value by 2. All right, does that make sense? So let's do that. Let's do that first part. Okay, it is what? Negative 4, 2, 0, 2, and 4, 2. Does everyone understand that? Try to pay attention. Come on. It's not hard. No. All right. So that's this part right there, right? What's next? What's the next order? We have to do the reflecting, right? So the reflecting is what? What are we reflecting over? Over x-axis. So we reflect over the x-axis, what happens? Y value changes signs. Right? So we put Y value, so negative 4, negative 2, 0, negative 2, 4, negative 2. Be cool? And then what does the plus 1 do? It goes up by 1, which means that what? Adding 1 to what? Y values. So you see how I'm doing it step by step? I think this is easy, but a lot of you guys don't like to do that everything step by step. You guys want to skip steps, right? This is your generation of trying to cut corners because you guys have all this stuff. But math, you have to be careful. So it's negative 4, what? You add 1, negative 1, 0, negative 1, 4, negative 1. What I would like for you to do is do number 16. Try it, and we'll be done. Okay? The number 16 is they want you to transform the parent function from negative and then f of 2x minus 1. Why don't you guys try that? Huh? And then if it's inside, it's y. Or if it's over the y-axis, yeah. If you look page 203, it has that the reflection about the x-axis and a reflection about the y-axis. So. I'm really impatient with this lollipop. I really just want to get to the gum.
Bite it.
I know, but I want to savor it too. I want to enjoy it. Oh man. No, the volleyball game after this. Yeah, all right, I got it. That's switch gears. That's switch gears. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. I hope I recorded this. But I didn't. I'm so sad. I'm color coding everything, I'm trying to make it super nice. But I wrote 2 originally, but make sure you multiply, the first step is multiply each x value by 1/2. Or divide each x value by 2. Again, multiplying by 1/2 and dividing by 2 are the same thing. All right. Next is what? What do I do? Reflect over what? Is it x? I think it's x because it's outside, the negative is outside of the, yeah, it's x-axis. See the negative right here is outside of the function. It's not inside the parentheses. If you reflect over the x-axis, y values, right? Change signs. So it'll be -1, -2, 0, -2, 1, -2. Comprende? We cool? Yes.
Question 15 with the following is before that, it was like -x-5. I thought they would do a shift over the y.
We should have if we didn't do it. Let me check. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. All right. And then don't put it away yet. Don't put it away. Bring it home. Like the Dodgers, you just stop playing the 8th inning, and you just can't. Painful, You have about 59 pitches in the 8th inning, and just have to watch through all excruciating 58 pitches. Horrible. All right, what do you next? Sorry. What do you next? Is what? Down 1, which means subtract 1 from y value. So -1, -3, 0, -3, 1, negative. Cool. Right. Before we leave, I'm gonna do one more thing. See my head. My head.